This is the Nanlite FC500B. It's a 500 watt bicolor light by Nanlite. And I think every videographer should have a very powerful light, or at least a moderately powerful light in their kit. And I think 500 watts is right around the sweet spot. 300 watts, I think, will get you there about 50% of the times, maybe 60% of the times. But there will be those times when you might be needing to fight a window, to fight some outside exposure. And the 500 watt lights is where it starts to cover your bases in probably 95% of your shoots. That has been the case for me. Now, why I went with Nanlite, I kind of started my career sorry, just getting the light closer. So I kind of started my career with Nanlite. My first light was the FS150 daylight lights. Those got me started. They did a lot of the jobs that I needed them to do. But I started needing something more powerful, and I also needed something where I could control the color temperature. This is not the Forza line. This is their more affordable FC line. And this light I picked up for right around $480. It was on sale on B&H. I think currently it's about $550, $560. I think that paying under $600 for a 500 watt light is incredibly, it's an incredible deal. I don't think there's very many light brands where you can get as powerful a light at that price. GVM, I think, is doing great stuff, and I think their lights go on sale pretty often for around the same price. But Nanlite, I think, for me personally, they're really well built, really well priced, and they get you about 95% of the way. Now, this isn't an unboxing. I've had this light for over 2-3 months now. So it's not an unboxing video. I just wanted to talk about this light because I might have it upside down. Yeah, I do. I wanted to talk about this light because it has, like I said, saved me on quite a bit of shoots. It's pretty well built, right? So a lot of it is plastic. So this upper part, plastic. The yoke is metal. The body is plastic. The grills that are, I think the grills on the bottom feel like metal. Up top feels like plastic. And don't get me wrong, it's hard plastic. It's high quality plastic. So I'm not too concerned about it. I do tend to take care of my gear. I try to keep them in great shape. This, as you can see, comes with a reflector. It also comes with the power supply. I think we call this a ballast, right? And all the power cables that you need. Now, here's the one thing I don't like about this is that the ballast does not have controls on it. So we can't, because you have your light on a stand, especially if you're raising it high. It's usually hard to reach the knobs on the bottom. And so it's not the most convenient light to control when it's up high on a light stand. I would have preferred if I could have controlled it from the power supply. But outside of that, I like how solid the yoke is. You turn that, you lock it in, and you're set to go. Now, I'm never going to be the person who knocks on a brand for trying to give you quality at a decent price. Sorry, I'm looking for a light stand. Let me get a light stand real quick. All right, so I'm not going to be the person who knocks a brand for giving you quality or decent quality at a decent price. Could they have done some things differently? Yes, I would have preferred if this wasn't plastic, but again, I can see where the cost savings were for this light. I'm not mad that it doesn't have color tint like green, magenta shift capabilities. I'm not upset that it's not totally weatherproof. I don't know what the weather rating or the waterproof rating for this is. I'm generally not using my lights outside in the rain. So I can see why this is not the Forza line. It's not the Forza price. I can see the appeal for the Forza price for people who need more rugged lights, and people who need to be able to adjust green magenta shifts. But for my use case, this light is plenty. It's quite it does the job, and I'm happy with it. By the way, this light goes with, so in my kit I have a 300B, the Nanlite 300B, and the 500B and the 60B, right? I have a couple of Fresnels, I have the modifiers. By the way, if you want to see some of the ways I use modifiers, or some of the modifiers that I use, if you want to see, you know, the different output or the different quality of light and different, I guess, convenience levels of different diffusers, I will link a video on one of these sides. I don't know which side, but again, this has become one of my favorite pieces of light. This will get the job done for me in a lot of the scenarios where I need a powerful light. If you want to stick it outside through a window, punch some light through that window, I think this does a great job. So, I mean, there's not much more for me to say. It's one of my favorite lights right now. In future, I am hoping to probably step up to a more powerful light, probably a 1000 watt and above. But for most of my use cases, I have found this light to be adequate. I think it's one of the most underrated lights out there. And more people, I think, should be talking about it. It's really good. I think it does the job for a lot of people. So let me show you what else you get. You get the power cord from the ballast to the light. So let me kind of just set up the light for you. This is all right, so you snap this in here, it turns and clicks, which is cool. Then you come into the light, it snaps in, really cool. And then you have these are what UAC light cables. What do we call these? It's the 3-prong cables that you get with most power supplies. And I'm not going to plug it in too far from a power source right now, but that is the setup. Again, if you're going to raise this higher, it's kind of inconvenient. But what I have found is the app that Nanlite has. It's called the Nanlink app. That app is really good. You go in the app, I change the intensity, change the color temperature, and I'm not usually fussing. Usually I'm not fussing around to get the quality or the intensity of light that I need. So this light I think is a really good buy. If you're interested in more reviews, if you have any questions about this light, let me know. I just know I didn't see a whole lot of reviews on it. One of the things I think is probably important to know is even though it is a 500 watt light, that's kind of what this light kind of has two modes. You can go max power mode, where I think it will go up to 550 watts, but that's at certain color temperatures. For it to be constant across all color temperatures, you can put it in constant mode, where regardless of what the color temperature is, it will stay at a consistent wattage in terms of output for light. If you want it to go as high as it can, I think if you set it at 5600 watts or 5600 kelvins and you max it out, you can probably push it to 550 watts. So that is the Nanlite FC500B, one of my favorite lights. I've said it a couple times. If you like it, there's a link in the description. It's an affiliate link, so if you purchase it, I do get a kickback. Nanlite did not send me this light. They have never sent me anything. But however, I bought this with my own money. I like it. I recommend it. And so that's why I'm doing a review. So that's it, folks.